It is a doubleheader night of racing for the Lightspeed Racing League, otherwise known as LSRL. And we are here tonight at the virtual Kansas Speedway for the race that was ran last Wednesday, but able to get the broadcast on finally today, this afternoon, as we go into the night race tonight at Martinsville Speedway for the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. But tonight, in this broadcast, you get the Wilder Graphix Truck Series and race number 10 of their awesome season so far that you get to enjoy here on the Captain Esports Network as we welcome you into what is going to be a fun night of racing here, starting at the mile-and-a-half Kansas Speedway virtually on iRacing. It is the Wilder Graphix Truck Series, again here from Kansas. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in as we have what is, well, one of my favorite nights, of course, to do some broadcasting on a Tuesday night here as we get the Truck Series here. Going to get this on the air, and then, of course, the Xfinity Series coming up here tonight from Martinsville. Going to get them both here on the air and going this evening for some great action here on the track. So what's going to happen? We have 8 laps of a heat race that'll be coming up here very shortly. And then after this, we will have, of course, the green flag in the main event this evening for 133 laps and 200 miles around this mile-and-a-half track. Of course, the Kansas Speedway is the track known to have the longest front straightaway and back straightaway of all mile-and-a-half tracks, believe it or not. That is a proven fact. And, yep, there is a heat race, Drift. Welcome in. Appreciate you joining us, of course, this evening. But, yeah, there's a heat race that'll be coming up here very shortly as we look at our Put a Cap on That Pole Award winner tonight, Ira Kohlhaas, 31.181 seconds. He is on the pole tonight for this race. And basically from there, we will set the grid with this 8-lap and almost what we can call a pit party, so to say. So we look at the lineup. Kohlhaas and Johnny Rapp will start on the front row. Anthony Giuliano and Aaron Hearn in row number 2. Row 3, Brandon Massey, Latham Joyner. Joe Owen, Leonard Frost in row number 4. And row number 5 is where you'll see Adam Brady, Landon Quisenberry, who usually joins me in the booth for these races, but unfortunately Landon got some things going on. And of course, it's the middle of the afternoon, probably working on some school stuff or whatever. So obviously letting him do what he has to do. And then Dale Lee tonight with Keith Bouchard in row number 6. So 8 laps, basically, and that will set the field for the main event with these 12 trucks that you'll see here on the track this evening. As they come off of turn 4. And here we go, green flag from Kansas. Heat race, 8 laps. This usually gets wild really quickly. And right away, Giuliano into the wall with a 77. Quisenberry also involved, the 91 involved. No cautions, obviously. Nope, no cutoff spot or anything. This basically just sets the field for the main event. Up to the top, you see Joe Owen in that 48 truck as he battles the 3 of Latham Joyner, who had a great run in his debut race last week. So Quisenberry going to stay out. He'll, looks like, finish 8th. The rest of these trucks have gone behind the wall and going to get the backups out to race in the main event here in just a few minutes. It is the teammates from Bohica Motorsports up here in the front. Ira Kohlhaas and Brandon Massey. Apparently, I don't know how to spell Kansas on the ticker. Four laps to go, and you see Massey going to the bottom. Who wants to start on the front, or who wants to start on the pole for the main event as Giuliano comes back to the track? Kohlhaas crossing his teammate back over. Here comes the three of Joyner. So this draft coming back together here. 3 to go. How about that 40 truck back there? Dale Lee in the 5th position. How about some car audio? You guys want that too? Jeez. Here we go. Oh, up the track goes to 65. Up into the outside wall. As Owen looking underneath Joyner for the 2nd position. White flag in final lap. Off turn 4, final time, and it will be Kohlhaas from the pole. Winning the heat race, Joyner, Owen, Dale Lee, and this is the part where they take each other out, normally. Well, very not too normal right here. They're not taking each other out. Well, that's a good thing. All right, so they will reset, and we will get the main event on here very shortly. There's the fireworks. And what I like to call the simulated pit party is over with, and we get ready for the main event now. And starting lineup over there on the left-hand side of the track as they get ready for 133 laps, 200 miles. There will be a stage break. And 2 stage breaks, as a matter of fact. Well, they're called stage breaks, but they're really just competition yellows. Of course, part of the rules in the series, if you win the week before, you get EOL'd, obviously, at the end of stage or the first competition caution. As here we go, pace car rolls off with the field. Get off my screen. Of course, Latham Joyner winning last week's race at the Texas Motor Speedway. So Latham will be that driver that we talked about that will, at the end of the first competition caution, he will go to the back and have to work his way back up here through the field. For this race, 133 laps and 200 miles. as we have 3 races left in the schedule for the Truck Series, presented by Wilder Graphix here at the Kansas Speedway, virtually on the Captain Esports Network. Here we go, green flag. Of course, the first lap of the race brought to you by Sim Speed Shops, specializing in custom sim racing hardware. Sim Speed Shops manufacture sim racing hardware utilizing the best components available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware in rig today, simspeedshop.com. As they come off turn 4, it will be a drag race, and it will be Ira Kohlhaas leading 3 wide. Latham Joyner to the middle. And Kohlhaas up the track. I don't think he was too happy about that move. I think it's iRacing's call their drift. So Joyner comes off turn 4, and he'll lead lap number 2. Get the audio up here a little bit for you. Brandon Massey, Joe Owen there in the third. Oh, Joyner very aggressive, chopping the nose off of Massey. I'm sure he's not happy about that. That allows Joe Owen, the Daytona winner in the Xfinity Series, up here to the 2nd spot now. Quisenberry already up to 3rd after starting in the back of the field. Dale Lee, Brandon Massey now back to 5th. Of course, these guys follow the real schedule of the Truck and Xfinity schedule. The difference is basically at the last race of the season, you will see the Richmond race will be the last race now, because of the way that the week 13 came up for the Truck Series. They had to cancel the Wednesday night race and push it to the back. So because of that, there is one less race completed from the Truck Series side than there is the Xfinity side. So next week it will be Martinsville, of course. I say next week, I mean tonight, for the Grid Finder Xfinity Series, and then for the Truck Series, and then of course the finale at Phoenix for the championship in the Xfinity Series. But then there will be an extra week for the Truck Series to finish up at Phoenix and Richmond, as Owen goes to the lead in front of Joyner. On board with Q, who's normally with me in the booth when we rebroadcast the truck races, but he's obviously working on schoolwork and stuff, and plus being in the Central Time Zone. It is 5 o'clock over there right now somewhere. He actually was at the Kansas race, the Cup race on Sunday. As Q going to go all the way from back to front. So it looks like Adam Brady did not start the race, and Leonard Frost is already some 8 seconds back. So I'm not sure if he just started off slower or started on pit road or something. Didn't see exactly what happened there with the 11, but he is off. The out of the lead draft, I should say, right now. Oh, contact, Massey and Owen. And Joe Owen goes spinning on the pit road. If he can get it going and stay on the lead lap, he will get that competition caution and at least help him out. Well, let's see what happens as the 48 and 65 get together here. It's a little bit of misjudgment there. Unfortunately, they come together. .65 able to straighten it out. A little bit of damage there, but the 48 obviously going for the spin also. So Q leads, Joyner, Kohlhaas, Lee, and Anthony Giuliano, the boss man, now in the 5th position. Anthony has not been here for the last couple truck races, back here tonight. Of course, that Monster Energy Silverado. The 64 truck behind him of Keith Bouchard. Anthony kind of scraping the wall up a little bit as you see the high side starting to come into play a little bit there, but Anthony got too high too quick, lost the nose and scraped it up a little bit, so he'll probably need an extra pit stop when his competition caution comes out there. Tough break for the 17. You see the damage. These trucks very fragile. When you hit them, they unfortunately will fall off the pace, and you got to be very careful with them. As battle for second, I'm sure Kohlhaas and Massey, this team here, not too thrilled with Latham in the number 3. Now the good news, Joe Owen did stay on the lead lap. He's at the start-finish line right now. If you look over to the right, you will see the track map that we're using for tonight, so you guys can kind of see where everyone is on track, including Owen there, as Joyner makes the crossover move for the lead. Quisenberry going to try to cross him over. Very surprised how well this low line's working. Now, of course, in the Grid Finder Xfinity race last week, you saw Dylan Reed worked the bottom to perfection. It seemed like the longer the run went, he actually got better on the bottom, which was very odd. You don't really see that a lot at Kansas, but he was able to make it work and was able to go to victory lane yet again. LSRL stands for Light Speed Racing League. It's LITE, Light Speed Racing League. And of course tonight presented by Wilder Graphix, the Truck Series, a company owned by Anthony Giuliano, who's doing some paints. Actually going to be doing some paints for an IndyCar team of mine that is going to be racing over in the American Open Wheel Racing Series. That'll get back going here in November. Appreciate Anthony taking time out to paint some cars for us. That's pretty cool. So, of course, as always, we have our graphics in our cameras tonight, presented by our good friends at TrackCams 4 Gourmet. Check them out, trackcams22.com. As always, presenting awesome looking cameras for us on the stream this evening. They'll be here, of course, for Kansas here right now, and in Martinsville later on tonight. There's Keith Bouchard in the 67 truck, following the 91. It's Aaron Hearn there in that Super Flow, number 91. kind of rolling the throttle here. I'm surprised you haven't seen any of these trucks really migrate to the top side yet. Now they're 20 laps almost into a run, of course, with the 80% fuel. You would think the top side would be the way to go. As a matter of fact, I say that there's a couple of trucks, including Johnny Rapp there in that 52, the Mission Barbecue truck. Perfect sponsorship for Kansas. The Joyner now started stretching out a little bit, 0.7 of a second over Quisenberry. Cole Haas third, Johnny Rapp and Dale Lee there in the 40 truck up to fifth. 20 laps. Oh, and Quisenberry into the one, and Cole Haas gets into the back of him. You saw Ira tried to get off the gas and trying to stay off him, but unfortunately contact for both. And that allows Johnny to squeeze on through to second. Dale Lee's going to go to third. I'm sure Landon not too thrilled with that move, unfortunately. Probably going to be mad at himself. Now back here in the back, Joe Owen has actually caught the 11 truck of Frost and is going to make the pass here. So unfortunately, the 11 truck will off the pace here this evening, and Owen's going to go by. That's for the 10th position right now. Well, back to this battle here. This is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Quisenberry still battling. Of course, the ideal line around this track actually would be straddling the top and middle groove, because it actually will free up the truck a little bit to allow it to turn in the corner, especially when it gets tight. But you see right now the 75 kind of running above it. Now he gets down there on that seam a little bit. Aaron Hearn sneaking into the picture in that fifth position there, that 91 truck. There's your leader, Latham Joyner, who is up almost 5 seconds. There's the caution. Competition caution, lap number 25. And that'll bring the field together. And like I said, per the rules, Latham Joyner So, of course, tonight the Grid Fighter Xfinity Series will see the green flag a little after 8:30 Eastern Time. They'll have practice at 7:30. We should be done before the practice starts. And We'll allow that session to take off and take a break and get some dinner and stuff like that before that broadcast at 8:30. As all the leaders come in. And all of a sudden the cameras went nuts on me there for a second. It's race off pit road. Going to be won by, looks like the 52 of Johnny Rapp. So great job on his part. Have a great stop on pit road. We're going to step away for a quick second, come back and get you more racing here from the Kansas Speedway virtually. It is the Lightspeed Racing League on the Captain Esports Network.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, back we are virtually here at the Kansas Speedway on the global. Well, listen to me. That's a channel I was on a couple times recently. The Captain Esports Network. I'm still shaking off the cobwebs of a pretty good nap, I must say. But we're here tonight for the Wilder Graphix Truck Series. Round at number 10. Appreciate everybody joining us this late afternoon, early evening. As we get ready to go back green here at lap number 30. Now, Latham Joyner, very interesting on his part, is out of the race. I don't know what happened, but he ran that first stage, and, well, we ain't seen him since. So now we got what we got here for the rest of this race. I'm not sure what in the world happened, but either way, he is now behind the wall in the 3 trucks. So the lead going to go to the Mission Barbecue Silverado of Johnny Rapp as he leads them to the green flag. Aaron Hearn, Dale Lee, Ira Kohlhaas, Anthony Giuliano, your top 5. And look at Hearn go to the lead on the outside with the 91 truck. Johnny getting a little loose down there on the bottom. That's going to allow that high side to get a little bit of a run. Giuliano going to bring that outside, along with Massey in that 65 Mountain Dew truck. Three wide back here for the 6th spot. Q down at the bottom. 6, Johnny Rapp in the middle with Joe Owen on the outside. He's making a comeback after that spin earlier with the 65 truck. Down the back straightaway. 34 laps in the books. Next time by. Already less than 100 laps to go. You'll see one more competition caution come out, and then should be clean and green the rest of the way, including a green flag pit stop, potentially. Ira Kohlhaas, the 29 truck, battling the 52. Ira still got a little bit of damage on that left front after the contact as he got in the back of the 75 just a little bit ago. Giuliano, that 17 truck, trying to make some moves here. Got in the wall a little bit ago. Got that truck fixed up, mostly. See, but a little bit of right front still. Background there, you see that building. That is the Hollywood Casino. Obviously, gambling place that you can go and have a good old time and sit on the back deck there. As Dale Lee gets a little loose off 4. Hold on there to the 40 truck. Anthony going to give him the old squeezer down to turn 1. Aaron Hearn doing a great job out front, leading these laps. Oh, and then to the 40 goes the 17 truck, and the 40, what a great save. Let's watch this save real quickly. This was impressive. The 40, a little bit of a slider. There's the contact. Everybody holds on to it. So great save on the 40's part. Fantastic racing here. This has allowed Aaron Hearn to pull away to a 1 second lead. Of course, his brother Cam, a very good racer in his own. And Drift gives him a 9 out of 10. Of course, Drift is the king of drifting, so. to mention Grid Finder, the home of online racing communities. You can browse hundreds of leagues racing on all gaming platforms across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. You can browse through thousands of leagues racing on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, ACC, R-Factor 2, F1 2021, and more. If you're looking for a commentator or a streamer, your racing broadcast, I should say, or a designer for your next livery, Grid Finder has all this talent in one place. If you run a sim racing league, make sure you upload your community to Grid Finder so that more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's free. Check them out right now. Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Well, there's Dale Lee after making that save just a little bit ago. All but wide open still through these corners. Of course, the Kansas Speedway built in 2001, just like Chicagoland was. Both the tracks added on to the schedule back in 01 to the NASCAR schedule. Kansas originally a 15-degree bank track, and back about 10 years ago or so was moved up to an 18-degree banked track as progressive banking, and has produced some very good racing ever since then. I know back when iRacing first brought Kansas out, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I felt like it was broken, in my opinion. I still think that the bottom could be a little more useful in certain cars, but otherwise I think it's turned into an actual good track now with the edits iRacing has made to settings and stuff like that. Landon Quisenberry, the 75 truck, about a half second or so back from Dale Lee. So Hearn leads now. Giuliano up to second. Anthony, a little bit of damage on that 17 still from the wall contact. Brandon Massey there in the third position at 65 truck. Of course, Brandon and the 29 Ira Kohlhaas teammates on the Mohica team, the PepsiCo team, as some like to say it. I call it the soda machine teammates. There's Joe Owen, the 48 truck, involved earlier in a little bit of a scuffle with the 65. Was able to save it and stay on the lead lap. Now running in the 6th position right now. So for those who don't know, this series actually runs on Wednesday nights. Of course, Wednesday night also the time where we are live with the Great Lakes Sim Racing League. That's why we come back later in the week and broadcast these guys. Of course, big shout out to Anthony Giuliano and the guys for allowing me to be able to do that. It's one of those things where I hate saying no to people, and Anthony's been good to me from the start. I mean, he's offered me obviously the graphic package that you see when I'm live and stuff, and has actually given me some new graphics to work with and stuff like that. And you know, I'm one of those, I don't burn bridges. I like to take care of people and stuff, and this the least I can do is get out here and broadcast when I can their races and stuff, and do whatever I can do to help them. So shout out to everybody who helps out with the league. Joseph Barada, who's not here this evening for this race, might be in the truck race later on. Of course, Landon, who helps out, and so many people that make this some fun racing. And if you haven't seen one of their races, wait till tonight's Grid Finder Xfinity Series race. You're going to see some fantastic racing here twice tonight. Brandon Massey has made the pass for second around Giuliano, so move that Mountain Dew truck up to the second position, so 3.1 seconds back from Aaron Hearn. And battle for the fourth spot. Landon Quisenberry to the outside with Joe Owen, also of Dale Lee. That's the fourth, fifth, and sixth positions right here. And both of them are going to make the pass for position, so Dale, unfortunately, has fallen back to the sixth spot, but Dale actually fighting for the championship in this series. It's a three-man show pretty much between Landon Quisenberry, Ira Kohlhaas, and Dale Lee. So Dale's trying to get whatever spots he can get in this race. And, of course, it's a very different points structure in this series. As the battle for third, the night and day paint scheme of Landon Quisenberry to the outside of the 17. Of course, the first race, as I mentioned, 2001 here at the track. Won by Jeff Gordon, won the first two here. And there's the competition caution for the second time. Jason Leffler winning the first ever pole award, driving the US Cellular, no, not US Cellular, it was the, of course I'm going to forget the network's name. The black and orange car. I cannot remember for the life of me, but the 01 car for Chip Ganassi Racing. Here we go, pit stops. Aaron Hearn, who led pretty much all of that second segment of racing into his pit stall first. Right side tires going on to 91. Oh, Dale Lee overshoot his pit stall a little bit, had to correct himself. Foreign fuel, and just like that, Hearn pulls away. 14.7. But not going to be the first one out of pit road, though, as we got some strategy. And I think Dale Lee won the race off pit road. We'll take a look at that. And we'll come back. More racing coming up here on the Captain Esports Network as you're watching the Light Speed Racing League.
Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, back we are, lap number 60 of this Wilder Graphix Truck Series here at the virtual Kansas Speedway on the Captain Esports Network. Happy Tuesday evening. Hopefully you're enjoying your day so far. As the sun's setting over here on the eastern part of the United States, where I am in Georgia. And wherever you may be, of course, the sun might not be setting yet. Depends on where you are. Let me go ahead and be the first to plant this seed in your head. A week from Sunday, we go back an hour. Some of you already have had the burning, burning heater smell already launched off with the furnace coming on or something if you got the cooler weather coming in. For us here in Georgia, I think that might be actually tonight for some of us. As here we go, green flag is out. And speaking of burning, how about we burn up those speakers and turn it up here on the Captain Esports Network? So Aaron Hearn leads Landon Quisenberry by 0.2 of a second. You see the 48 of Joe Owen starting to roll that high side there as he's up to third. Brandon Massey and Ira Kohlhaas there in the fifth position as we're just shy of 70 laps to go. Likely going to see the stage split in half by these trucks. Most of them should be able to make it all the way on one stop to get to the finish of this race. Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, hit that subscribe button or follow whatever one you are watching on respectively, and of course Facebook. Actually, it doesn't look like Facebook's working for this stream, unfortunately, but still able to get some people to watch here this afternoon. As Massey making a move up to third position, past Owen into 48. As we are at the halfway point, 67 laps in, 67 to go. Well, 66 when you take out the one lap there. So, you know, we've seen 2 cautions so far, both of them the competition yellows for the end of segments. Otherwise, it has been clean and green. We've had a couple little get-togethers and spins, but nothing caution-wise. And that is what has produced some great racing here. This track just outside of Kansas City, Missouri, across the state line over in Kansas City, Kansas. One of the rare places on Earth that have a city that borderlines 2 states pretty much, to where one of the cities is in Missouri, the other part's in Kansas. And yes, it is separated out. They are 2 separate cities. Owen and Massey still fighting for the 3rd spot. You see Johnny Rapp in the 52 car right behind him, or the truck, I should say. Massey's going to slide up in front of the 48 and take the spot away. Kohlhaas here in the 29 as we ride with the Pepsi, number 29. So I mentioned earlier, Kansas Speedway, the longest straightaways out of all 1.5-mile tracks. That's one stat that when I first heard it, I was like, wait, what? And it's actually true. When you watch down the straightaways here, you notice they actually travel a pretty decent distance. Now, it's not much further than, say, Vegas or Charlotte, but that's the part that makes these 1.5 so unique, is each one is just a little bit different shaped. Back here, 2nd place. This happening behind Aaron Hearn in the 91. You see him up there about 1.6 seconds. You see the Wilder Graphix truck going for 2nd. And speaking of Wilder Graphix, they provide the best iRacing paints and liveries around. You see that awesome looking truck right there in the 75. That is a Wilder Graphix paint scheme. You can check them out on Facebook and take a ride on the wild side. Landon actually painting that truck himself. So right behind him, the battle for fourth, the battle for fifth. How about the 11 truck of Leonard Frost? Started in the back, had some issues at the beginning, and now up here battling for the fifth position. Aaron Hearn, who's out in front, of course, looking for a win. Has had his struggles throughout the season, but is doing a great job here tonight. You see Rapp starting to put the fight on to Quisenberry here. So obviously, just depending on how hard you drive these trucks at this track can determine how they handle. I mean, one lap they could be driving very well. The next time you get around this track, it could be very tight, and that's where it allows some of these trucks to get the runs that they're getting, especially with the draft and the way they work. The track position very key out here. We ride with the 75. Fairly wide open as he runs that top side. That's how you do it right there, and he's going to clear for the third spot now. Right behind him, Joe Owen and Rapp going at it. Of course, Cole Haas right there behind him also. Oh, that got tight. Leonard Frost, unfortunately, has had some issues. He has fallen back some 9 seconds. Not sure if he got in the wall or what took place there. And this is one of those walls here at Kansas that it'll reach out and grab you. And when it does, you're stuck to it. Getting up there pretty close to it. Somebody want to go pit for Aaron? Drift, you out there? Go pit for Aaron. So Dale Lee has fallen back to the 7th spot. He's about 4 seconds back. Frost and Giuliano battling back here. The battle of monster trucks. So Aaron up here in this 91 truck, Superflow, looking like cold trickle out here. Days of Thunder. Should be coming to pit road here in the next couple of laps. Let's actually look at our pit stops. You see for Cameron about 28, or for Aaron, sorry Aaron, 28 laps. It's been, of course, this is right at where the competition cautions have been coming out, but we're done with those now. Probably another 5 or so laps, 5 to 10 laps before they come to pit road, which will get them right around lap 96 or so. And get them pretty close to the finish on fuel. Brandon Massey 1.1 seconds back. As Quisenberry's fallen back a little bit, as Kohlhaas has gone by, also Johnny Rapp, Joe Owen. So Landon, all of a sudden, that 75 truck has fallen back, so not sure if that truck's getting tight on him. I'm looking to see if any damage on that right front. I don't see any. He's kept it out of the wall, but unfortunately off the pace now, and maybe a little bit of fuel save on his part. Dale Lee now going by, so Landon must definitely be saving fuel right now, trying to make it to become a one-stop strategy. Of course, we had some trucks come to pit road right before the green flag came out in this run. That's really going to make things interesting here. As there's Ira Kohlhaas, the 29 truck. I wonder if he's been saving fuel since the beginning of this run, hence why he ran where he did. Another way you can save fuel here. It's a very underestimated way of saving fuel. Some people don't think of it this way, but when you look at it logically, it works. How do you do it? You run the shortest way around the track. Put it right down on that white line and run it the whole way around. And you see Ira, at least see him kind of cutting off the tri-oval there a little bit, running down here on the apron. It's a very smart way of doing things here, because a NASCAR track, believe it or not, is measured by the middle groove of the track. IndyCar, it's actually the bottom, but in NASCAR, they do it off the middle of the track. So technically, when they're down on the bottom, they're running like a 1.4 something mile track. As Joe Owens on pit road, here we go, first pit stops at lap 90, so 43 laps to go here. This is going to be a little shy, I think, of making it all the way on fuel. More tires and fuel, 15.5 for Joe Owen. Well, Aaron, when you spoil something like that, guess who's going to be on view the whole entire time? Massey's starting to reel him in down to 0.7 of a second. Going to stay out another lap there as Massey continues to try to draw closer. Thinking of drawing closer. Here comes that 29 truck, 3.5 seconds back of the 52 of Rapp. And tonight, Martinsville Speedway for the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. That race will start right around 8:30 with a heat race, as always, or the virtual, or the, I guess, virtual pit party, whatever you want to call it. And then the green flag a little bit after that for the main event this evening. Should be a good one. 150 laps, I think I saw. And here we go, pit stops for the leaders. That is not how you do it. At least he kept it off the wall. I'll give him that. Oh, and the 64 hits the wall. That's not how you do it. And he's going to spin back onto his track. Can he keep it down? He does. But the leader, Aaron Hearn, goes for a spin, and unfortunately he's going to lose the lead. Meanwhile, Keith Bouchard knocks the inside wall down. Four tires and fuel, and there goes the Brandon Massey truck. For Aaron Hearn, it looks like about an extra 7 seconds on pit road with the spin. And the leader now is Ira Kohlhaas. Ira, you can see a little bit of splitter damage on the 29. He locks it up and sends it in there. As Quisenberry leaves pit road, there's Leonard Frost out of pit road. 14-8 for both of those as Kohlhaas is in. Dale Lee also on pit road. Four tires and fuel, 15.5 for Kohlhaas. That'll cycle everything back around to Brandon Massey, who will take the lead. There he goes through turn 1 and 2 with the 48 of Joe Owen with him. Aaron Hearn looks like is going to be fourth after all these pit stops. Unfortunate break for the guy who's led the most laps this evening in that 91 truck. Trying to look like brother Cameron. Out there whooping some tail. Did a great job. Got to give him credit. Unfortunately, mistakes happen in racing. All right, we're going to step away one final break here to get you to the finish of this race. It has been a good one here at the Kansas Speedway. Who's going to victory lane? With less than 40 laps to go as you're watching the Lightspeed Racing League and the Wilder Graphix Truck Series here on the Captain Esports Network.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, back we are with less than 30 laps to go here at the Kansas Speedway, virtually on iRacing. It is the Lightspeed Racing League Wilder Graphix Truck Series, and I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in. Well, after 7 o'clock Eastern Time, a doubleheader for, Tuesday night here for you for the Lightspeed Racing League, a rerun of the truck race from last Wednesday night, and of course tonight the Grid Finder Xfinity Series live here on the Captain Esports Network. We're watching the truck that has dominated tonight. Aaron Hearn, a little bit of a mistake on pit road, has cost him potentially to win, but he has not given up, as he's got it down to 2.5 seconds as the fight for the lead sees Joe Owen go to the front ahead of Brandon Massey here. So potentially some fuel save going on. Of course, practice is going to be opening up here in just about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes for the Xfinity Series race over at Martinsville Speedway virtually. That lead is shrinking quickly, 1.3 seconds now. Track Time Entertainment builds custom driving simulators for the virtual racing community. They manufacture their simulators in Texas using U.S. extruded aluminum. Visit Track Time Entertainment on Facebook for all your sim rig needs and a full lineup of their products. Proudly made in the USA as the battle on for third. Ira Kohlhaas to the bottom of the 50 or the 91, going to take the spot away, as Dale Lee right there behind him. I wonder if these guys saving fuel just a little bit. Kohlhaas passes teammate for second. Now dives it to the bottom, and here comes that Real Sugar PepsiCo number 29, based out of Kentucky. The owner who owns this sponsorship, Ira and those guys work for them. And it's really cool to see a sponsor like Pepsi and Mountain Dew and those guys on these trucks. As the 29 goes to the lead and the 65 is going backwards. Here comes Johnny Rapp to the inside. Fuel and handling coming into play. Got 9 trucks on the lead lap with Giuliano right on the tail end. There he is right there through turn 2. Leonard Frost able to hold on. There's Landon Quisenberry there in 7th. Q not looking too good right now out of those who are in the championship race. What he doesn't need is Ira Kohlhaas to go to victory lane, but Ira is saying, bye, I'm gone. Toodles. And if Ira can win this race, it would be his third or second win of the season if he could get it. And he would have the point lead down to 5 as of right now in this race. So the points are really getting tight now. Aaron Hearn up to the 3rd position here, so you can definitely see who maybe is looking good on fuel and maybe who's not so much. Johnny Rapp up to the second position. The top 6 all Chevrolets in this field. Now, just looking at the top 5, the difference in pit stops right now. Ira Kohlhaas, he pitted at lap 96. Johnny Rapp, 95. Aaron Hearn and Brandon Massey at 94. And Joe Owen at 90. So, obviously, the guys who have pitted the latest have been able to put the tires to work and maybe not have to worry about fuel nearly as much. And here they are up at the front because of it. Watching Owen trying to get the eyesight on Massey, not able to do so yet. So these guys settling down for a quick second or so. Want to make sure I get everybody covered here. So I want to talk about the butt kicker. Of course, their products are silent subwoofers that deliver powerful and audible bass through your couch or chair. If you want to feel the crashes or the racing engines and special effects, you can check them out with a butt kicker, basically. And you can watch movies or play games, of course, with this product hooked to your chair or to your couch or whatever. But you can use promo code LSRL for 20% off the butt kicker website. It's a product that I have now had for a little bit now, and I've enjoyed it. I haven't got to use it too much, but when I have, it has definitely been fun to enjoy, especially the yippee yippee shake I've been feeling in the hind end of this seat. $18 laps to go as Johnny Rapp starts to reel in at 29 himself now. Johnny looking for a win in this Mission Barbecue truck. Rapp got it down to 0.3 of a second. You see the different grooves. Ira continuing to run that bottom just to run the shortest way around the track. And back here, the battle for third is on. Here comes the 48 of Owen. Outside and making the pass on the 91. Matter of fact, I'm noticing Aaron's starting to slow up a little bit here, so I wonder if he's realizing he's short on fuel potentially here. And then the 65, Massey's been up in the outside wall, it looks like. For the first time tonight, I could say it looks like a crunched up Mountain Dew can. Well, no, it's clean. Never mind, I'm wrong. It looked like the front end might have been damaged a little bit there in the right front. But Massey goes by for fourth. Kohlhaas out to a half second now on Rapp. It's been kind of like a helter-skelter type of race here. You get those guys that pull away a little bit, then you get the guys that come back and catch them and pass them, and then they get pulled away from again. something has definitely gotten into this 29 truck the last few weeks. Of course, you go back to Talladega where Ira got his first career league win, period. At the time, it was the next-gen cars, I believe. And then came back the next week, won the Xfinity race. In Vegas, I believe it was. And then from there, he got himself another, or was looking for another win, I should say, here at Kansas. As Joe Owen on pit road, he realized he wasn't going to make it on fuel, and the 48 is in. And there he goes, 8.6 seconds, so tops it off and takes off. And as I talked about, a little bit of the helter-skelter move there. Remember Massey getting past Hearn for position. Now, all of a sudden, Hearn has a 2.5-second lead on Massey. So Brandon is definitely back down. I think now Aaron is backing down. Yeah, a lot of these lap times now, high 33s to low 34s. Out of those who are trying to save some fuel, there's Dale Lee in the 5th position. Dale is actually catching Massey in the 65 right now. Eight laps to go. Now I will be stopping the stream once we're done here to allow the reset and to separate the two broadcasts apart from the actual Grid Finder Xfinity Series stream. That'll be coming up, and we will launch that live at about 10 to 15 after 8. When I get done here, I'm going to go munch on some food for dinner and get ready for the broadcast. Well, it's always never good when two monsters are blocking your way to victory lane, and that's what we got here for Cole Haas. It's actually a battle for position here as Leonard jumps out of the gas. The battle for 7th, believe it or not. And that's going to allow Johnny, I think, to get a run here. Here comes Rapp. Six to go. So the next truck they'll come up on is Landon Quisenberry, who's about a second or so ahead of Ira. Of course, Aaron Hearn has fallen back now 12 seconds as they're about a full second off the pace from the leaders. Brandon Massey starting to pick up the pace again, it looks like. And then, of course, Dale Lee, 33.7 or 33.2 the last time by. Of course, what makes this very tough is these trucks, you're on the throttle 99% of the time around here. I mean, you're just rolling out for a quick second and you're right back to it. So you don't get to save much fuel. Meanwhile, Johnny Rapp, I think, is backing off here. Maybe he's realizing he's a little short. Three to go. And once again, want to send a shout out to our cameras. Of course, Track Cams 4 Gourmet. Can look up their oval packages, road course, rallycross, and so much more at Track Cams 4 Gourmet, or at trackcams22.com. Been partnering with them for about a year now, actually. Big thanks to It's Fan and for all the hard work he does. Two laps to go from his second Truck Series win. Actually, it'll be his first Truck Series win, but the second win of this Wilder Graphix season, which had part Next Gen and now Truck Series being a part of it. Massey did get past Aaron Hearn for position, so move Brandon up to third as his teammate Ira Kohlhaas comes by. White flag, final lap here from Kansas. In a race that looked like Ira was going to be in trouble, he made some early contact with Quisenberry, but saved some fuel throughout the race, and he's going to make a big gain in the points tonight as Kohlhaas scores win number 2 of the season here at Kansas, and looks like the point lead going to be down to 5 as we enter Martinsville. Johnny Rapp going to run out of fuel and coast around second. Massey's out of fuel. Somebody gets a Mountain Dew for that truck, and there goes Dale Lee going by for third. Massey finished in fourth, and Aaron Hearn gets a top 5. As Q crosses the line 6th. We're turned into a fuel mileage race. See if he's got enough Pepsi in that tank to do some burnouts here. All right, Barney, you can stop waving the flag so profusely here. He's going to stop there and get himself a victory photo as he usually does. Not sure second's going to make it back. He's actually stopped on the back straightaway. I think they're waiting on the 52, and no, that's not going to happen, it looks like. So, fantastic race. You see the finishing order on the left-hand side of the screen. Kohlhaas wins it over Johnny Rapp. Dale Lee, Brandon Massey, Aaron Hearn, your top 5. Quisenberry, Giuliano, Frost, Owen, Bouchard, your top 10. Latham Joyner, who finished the first stage and didn't come back. And then, of course, Adam Brady, unfortunately, did not start the race this evening in this 77. All right, we're going to step away here for the next 45 or 50 minutes or so and get you ready for the Grid Finder Xfinity Series from the Martinsville Speedway. Again, big shout out to the Lightspeed Racing League for allowing me to broadcast, of course, their Xfinity and their Truck Series. Big shout out to Wilder Graphix for the sponsorship of the series and so much more. And as we leave you, remember, as Dale rolls away here, Ira, I think, still going to sit there and I don't know if he's going to be able to do too much. But as we take off, remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.